Now today we'll be dealing with the new topic that is known as molecular basis of inheritance. So in this topic, the molecular basis of inheritance, we'll be basically dealing with the biochemistry of genetic material. So basically whatever genetic material is found in the living world, it's either RNA or either DNA. So molecular wise, the RNA is ribonucleic acid. Okay, so this ribonucleic acid is a single stranded helical, and this RNA forms the genetic material of many bacteria, many viruses, and even many lower plants. Even in this day, we are all hearing of coronavirus, and that coronavirus, the DNA, the genetic material, is RNA. It is a RNA virus. Okay, now here comes the DNA. It's also another genetic material for higher plants and higher animals. So it is known as deoxyribonucleic acid. Okay, so deoxyribonucleic acid, it is basically a double stranded or double helical structure like this. RNA is single helical, it is a double helical structure, and this structure will be dealt in a present chapter. So you see, basically we'll be dealing with gene, and we know that genes are also embedded in the chromosome. So chromosomes have points of gene, and here we'll be basically dealing with the replication of DNA, and that happens through transcription and translation. So here we comes to the chapter. If you can see here, can you see it? Focus here. So we are dealing with the chapter that is known as the molecular basis of inheritance. So this molecular basis of inheritance, firstly we'll be dealing with DNA, secondly we'll be dealing with the structure of genetic material, the RNA world, the replication, the transcription, the genetic code, the translation, and the regulation of gene expressions. Okay, so basically if we are focusing on that, before we go into the detailed structure of DNA, now here you focus on this part here. If you can focus on this part, it is see, they are monomer unit. You have already learned the structure of nucleotide. Okay, if you have last year's book, you can refer to it, that what are nucleotide and the way these monomers units are linked to form nucleic acid polymers. So in this chapter we'll be discussing the structure of DNA. See, structure of DNA, the replication, and the process of making RNA from DNA transcription. That means DNA first makes an RNA, then again that RNA gets into DNA. So it's a very complicated material, and we'll be dealing with when we'll be dealing with the topic. The genetic code that determines the sequence of amino acid in protein. So whatever happens, the synthesis, the protein or amino acid plays the vital roles. The process of protein synthesis is known as a translation and the elementary basis of their regulation. So you have to go through it. Okay, so you can see, if you can focus here, the complete nucleotide sequence of human genome during the last decade. Genome means the total gene sequence here. The last section, the essential human genome sequencing and sequence, will be discussed. So here basically we'll be dealing with the structure of DNA, and we'll understand that why it is most abundant genetic material and what is the relationship with DNA and RNA. So this would be the topic. So basically if we focus on DNA, DNA is a long polymer. Now basically if you focus here, you see the DNA is a long polymer chain. See, DNA is a long polymer of deoxy. deoxyribonucleotide. The length of the DNA is usually defined as a number of nucleotide, a pair of nucleotide referred to as a base pair present in it. So this also is a characteristics of organism. So how many base pairs of DNA, the length of the DNA is there. So that is also a very essential factor. For example, you see what bacteriophages. What are bacteriophages? The virus affecting the the bacteria that is affected by the virus is known as bacteriophages. Okay, virus affecting the bacteria, that is the bacteriophages. This is known as have a base pair of 174 and 5386 nucleotide. Now see, the bacteriophage of lambda has 4850 base pairs. The Escherichia coli, it has got 4.6 into 10 to the power 6 base pairs. So the haploid content of human DNA, you see how does the size increases. Okay, Escherichia coli is a very small bacteria, and here the human DNA is 3.3 into 10 to the power 9 base pairs. So let us discuss the structure of the DNA. Now as I had told you, DNA, structure of DNA, you see. Now the chemical structure. You can see the chemical structure of the polynucleotide chain of DNA and RNA. It has got three components. Basically, the nucleotide has got three components: a nitrogenous base, a pentose sugar. Okay, so this pentose sugar, see ribose in case of RNA and deoxyribose in DNA, that means the sugar, and a phosphate group. This two type of nitrogenous bases, either purine and pyrimidine. Purine consists of adenine and guanine, and pyrimidine cytosine, uracil and thymine. So these are A and G, and this is CUT. So these are the two things, you know. Generally this pyrimidine is present in RNA. See, cytosine is common in both RNA and DNA, and thymine is represented in DNA, but uracil is in RNA. This is very important difference between RNA and DNA in place of thymine. So that means adenine, guanine, cytosine and uracil is present in both. But in case of uracil and thymine, see up to cytosine, it is present in both. But what happens? Uracil is present in RNA and thymine is present in DNA. So that is the difference between RNA and DNA. Hope you got it. Now the nitrogenous base is linked to the pentose sugar through a nitrogen glycosidic bond. What is glycosidic bond? The pentose sugar is linked with nitrogen through a glycosidic bond to this nucleoside, and thus such an adenosine or deoxyadenosine, the guanosine or deoxyguanosine, cytosine to deoxy and uridine to deoxythymine. Now when a phosphate group, see 5OH group in the fifth position of the carbon chain, okay, is the nucleoside, and through the phosphate linkage corresponding to the nucleotide. So two nucleotides are linked together at the third and the fifth position of the phosphodiester linkage to form a dinucleotide, and both the nucleotide can be joined in such a manner to form a polynucleotide chain. So if you focus on here, you see this is the phosphate group, this is a pentose sugar, and see this is joined here, and here this is adenine, again a phosphate sugar, again this bonding, this is the glycosidic bond, then again in the fifth and the third position, you see fifth and third, and this is the nitrogenous base, see thymine, see again a phosphate molecule, again a glycosidic bond, this, and here lastly in that you have got an OH group here. So this is a polynucleotide chain, and the structure you have to do it very, very carefully. So this is basically the structure of the DNA, and here you can see the 5 end of the ribose sugar is refers to as the 5 end of the nucleotide. Similarly, at the other end of the polymers, ribose is a free 3OH group. So this is an RNA. What is the difference between RNA? Every nucleotide residue has an additional OH group present in the second position in the ribose and also in RNA, the uracil found in the place of the thymine. So another thing is DNA as an acidic substance present in the nucleus, with the first identified by Friedrich Mischer in 1869. So he named it as a nuclein. However, due to technical limitation, the isolation of the long polymer intact, the eludation of the structure of DNA, then ultimately what we follow, there are so many scientists, but ultimately the Watson and Crick, see James Watson and Francis Crick, okay, Crick, in 1953 they found the simple double helix structure that we follow today. Okay, so how does this thing, we will show you the structure when we'll be dealing it in detail. So next class we'll be dealing with the dihelical structure of the DNA, and I'll give you the detailed structure over it. Okay, see here you have the double structure like that. You see one polymerized chain is there, another polymer is there. Adenine always pairs with thymine, guanine always pairs with cytosine. So cytosine and GC. So this is done by the hydrogen bonding. So two polymerase chain and this. So this nitrogenous base pair, they join together as a ladder like fashion, and this is a very important double stranded nuclease chain, and we'll be dealing in a next class.